Hi guys, welcome back to the UK and Ireland tour. My name is Chris, aka Big Will, and today we have two away games for you against Panathinaikos in the Europa League and then Queen's Park in the Premiership. Since you were last with us, we're not looking too bad. We've maintained a bit of an unbeaten run, but we did lose 2-0 away at St Mirren. We went down to 10 men and we played particularly poorly. We won 1-0 in the Cup semi-final, so we have an opportunity to win that for the third year in a row. We are in the final against Rangers. We then won 4-0 at home against Spurs in the Europa League, which is a very, very good result, as you can imagine. I was very surprised, so we certainly will take that one. A 1-0 draw away against Motherwell followed that, unfortunately. Again, it was a game that we deserved to win, but we just really struggled to finish things off. And then a 4-1 win at home against Kilmarnock last time out. So going into these games today, I'm hopeful that we can find the results that we require to keep the pressure on. We are struggling a little bit fitness-wise with one or two players. Welsh, particularly, he is also struggling um, in that right-back role at the moment. But with Gunn, Priotti, Selemin and Santa Maria unregistered, Lancashire is injured. We haven't really got too many options that can play out there. I think we'll give Cheek Dior an opportunity, see how he gets on out there, and switch Bulai to right back. Rodden and Stankovic in at the centre, Guay, Cresta and Al Mualad in midfield with Montano, Labe and Graf as the front three. um, we've changed one or two little bits again, tactical wise. It's a little bit of a difficult situation with one or two players, but we're trying to find our rhythm and we're still getting some kind of a result in games. So that in itself is a positive. So hopefully we can continue that today with this setup. Strettengraf starting up front also, as I mentioned previously. He seems to be a little bit more consistent in front of goal at the moment. Vasquez has struggled this year, but Santa Maria not really breaking into the team. Fortunately, Cresta here into Labe, an opportunity to play it over the around the outside, sorry, and Labe does get around there and he gets the cross in and Graf couldn't get onto it. But a poor pass there, Montano into Graf, and it's a very well-worked goal in the end from our point of view, but very poor defensively from Panathanaikos, and it remains to be seen whether that goal will stand. I think it should do, and it does. We take the lead just around the 10-minute mark. We can be very pleased with that, and hopefully that will push us up the Europa League table, and we can maintain our competitive streak in the competition. It was a very tight offside. You will see that here. He just managed to stay on. Um, just a pre-warning. We've got the little dog running about with us today. He may make an appearance if he decides to jump up and down all over us, so we'll see what happens there. He is just wandering about at the moment. Laratzis here, down the right-hand side, lays it back into Thimalanis, and now Vagianidis. Now Liagas. Lays it back to Milojevic in goal for Panathinaikos there in Idrizi. They're just recycling possession, resetting themselves. Labe does well there. Finds Graf and now Montano coming forward. Plays it into Labe again and it's a good effort and he should be hitting the target there. And unfortunately from our point of view it is 1-0. But Montano doing well to latch onto that following the head from Stankovic, but a poor pass. And Bilias finds Gale, who charges down that left-hand side in between the wing-back and the centre-back, unfortunately, from our point of view. And he lays it back into Pilias, but luckily nothing comes of it from that initial cycle. We just need to maintain our positions here and see if we can nick possession back. Vagianidis plays it forward into Leratis, and it's a good effort to Kilton. Does well to just palm it over the crossbar. And again, we're holding on to our advantage, but it's a little bit of a cagey game from both sides' perspective at the moment. Hopefully we can hold on, seeing as though we do have that one goal advantage. Nezda Serin receives it back following his corner. Liagas coming forward, trying to get into penalty area, and it's a really good tackle that from Gueye. And we hold on to our one goal advantage. Panathinaikos just trying to create one or two opportunities, but from a defensive perspective, since we've changed the setup, we have looked a little bit more solid. We are not on the attacking mentality anymore either, and obviously it is something that we can switch to during games, but we were leaving ourselves open a little bit at the back. And Kawami is in behind here, and Tokilta makes a very good save. It's a really good move that from Panathanaikos, incidentally. But Kawami's effort well stopped by the keeper. And as we approach half time, it is a corner, and Gnezda Cherin whips it in, looking for Kwame, and Torkildson, very assertive in his goalkeeping there, makes a very good claim. And we are going to head into half time with that 1 goal advantage. Both sides with 2 attempts on target. But we've had 11 attempts at goal to their 3. So once again, we're just not making the most of the chances that we're creating. But we are the better side, and we do have a lead to hold on to. So hopefully that will continue. But again, in terms of shots on target, they are pushing us. We've just managed to get a couple in ourselves. As things stand, we're up to 12th in the overall table. If we can get a couple of goals here, we would potentially go up another couple of places, which would be ideal. Here is Bulai. That's a great pass, and Labour's onside as well. Really well worked. Lays it back, looking for Cresta. Thimianis did well to get to it first, and unfortunately, by the looks of it, but I say unfortunately, fortunately for us, unfortunately for Panathinaikos, we have managed to win a penalty, and Cresta here will take. Big opportunity this to try and make it 2-0, and there it is, Cresta with the goal. It's the 3rd goal in a couple of Europa League games, all from the penalty spot for him as well. So really good stuff. It gives us a bit more security in our lead with half an hour to go, and we will look at making 1 or 2 changes here as well, because we are struggling a little bit fitness-wise with 1 or 2 players. Vasquez can come on for Sret and Graf. Gueye is going to come off for Suleiman as well. Incidentally, I mean, Cheek Dior, he wasn't happy about being played out of position, but he has had a very, very good game at left back today. We will keep an eye on things at the back, because obviously with Rawdon being on a yellow card as well, we don't really want to risk too much, but we'll see how things go. Montano doing well to beat Kwame to that one, and Torkildson into Stankovic. And now Bulai. It's well worked into Labe. Bulai's continued his run forward, and Cresta lays it back to Stankovic, and now Labe again. I mean, Bulai this time he's cut back, and now he's made the run, and again he's not quite timing his runs well enough. Labe a couple of times could have seeked the pass there, but Bulai checked his run. That's a great pass from our Muwalad, and Labe is in, and Labe has scored, and that is an excellent goal. It's 3-0 now, and the job is pretty much done at that point here today. What a fantastic result this will be for our European campaign. Cresta into Al Muwalad, and what a lovely pass that is over the top. Labe controlled it superbly, and it was harder than the chance that he had in the first half, but he's managed to convert that one. And on that note, we will just pause there. Labe is going to come off following that goal. We'll get Aguiar on the right-hand side. Montano is going to come off as well. Silla can come on the left. And in terms of defensively, Bulai is struggling a little bit now. He's had a good game though. Welsh can come on. He's just carrying a bit of a knock, Welsh, but for the sake of 20 minutes, hopefully, he will be able to just assist and see the game out. Welsh into Suleiman. Now Cresta lays it back to Rawdon. Now Al Muwalad. To Dior. Silla coming down this left-hand side, cutting in, finds Vasquez. It's touched on. Aguiar couldn't get there either. Cresta tried to get the pass through, and they just about managed to deal with it. Cherin here back to Papadopoulos. He's under pressure, but Pilios does well and gets there into Gale. Cresta again doing well to win back possession. Welsh into Aguiar. Chance to come forward here. Has support ahead of him. Al Muwalad, perhaps he will seek that pass forward. Finds Aguiar into the penalty. It's a great strike. He was just on the edge of the penalty area there, Jefferson Aguiar. But that is a lovely finish from him. And it's now 4-0. We're finally converting some of those chances. Albeit, it's not our strikers that are doing the job for us, but another very well worked move and another good pass there from Al Muwalad. And Aguiar with a lovely finish into that bottom corner. My lord, there. These Greek names are going to be the death of me. Milojevic couldn't get anywhere near it. And in the end, I mean, it's been a very comfortable win. Possession-wise, very even. But chance creation-wise, we have completely dominated proceedings here. And hopefully, it'll push us a little bit further up the table, depending on how other teams are getting on. Here is Suleiman. Coming forward, down this right-hand side. Plays it inside to Vasquez. And now Al-Mualad into Silla. Al-Mualad again into Cresta. So really well worked move again. And Silla's got there. And it's a really good save from Milojevic in the end. And it remains 4-0. But again, it was a very well worked move. Silla now with the delivery. Whips it into the far side of the penalty area. Legas managing to clear. Vasquez picks it up though, and the move does continue. He cuts into the penalty area. He's past Papadopoulos, and it's a good save from Milojevic. And it remains 4-0, but we are really putting the pressure on them here. We thoroughly deserve to be winning this game, and we are doing it at a canter as well. We're almost up to 30 attempts at goal for the day as well, but only 9 shots on target. So 1 in 3 attempts on target in the end. But it was a very good result. We'll certainly take that. And going forward, we're now 10th in the league phase of the Europa League. There's still a couple of winnable games that we've got to play, as well as a couple that might be a bit of a struggle. But, we're doing quite well. And we're set in 10th place. Not bad at all. We've got a couple of days to go until the game against Queen's Park, so bear with me. Normally, I would just run through to that one, but the little guy is requesting a little bit of attention, so bear with me, and we'll come back for the game away against Queen's Park. But that is a very good result to start this episode. Okay then guys, here we go for the game away against Queen's Park. As you can see from other results, Hearts won by 2-0 against Rangers in the early kickoff in what is pretty much a shock. They're sat down in 7th place at the moment. They've really had a very poor season so far. So going into this game, we know what we need to do. Aberdeen are at home against Airdrie. I have a feeling I know what the result will be there. So we have to win this game against Queen's Park to keep ourselves within touching distance. But Queen's Park for us have been a tough nut to crack. I'm keeping everything crossed that we can push on and try and find our way in there. But it will be difficult. And hopefully we can get the job done. They did have the beating of us last time out, of course. Let's see what we can do. Like I say, we have changed system a bit since then as well. We've changed the way that we play slightly. So fingers crossed. Rather than, well, we're exchanging passes very quickly there, but in the end we do lose possession. And now Haruna into Baldwin, and now Bruce. Down the left-hand side, Baldwin picks it up into Kennet. Good tackle from Vasquez. Suleiman couldn't quite beat Haruna to it. And Pitti now into Logie. And now Graham. And again, they just seem to find a way of playing around us completely. And it's played in, and it's fallen for Rust, and it should have been a goal. And, well, I mean, they had the strike. And we've been pulled up for a penalty kick here, potentially. Yes, we have. So they didn't give the penalty. They had the shot at goal. If it had gone in, would they give him the penalty? Probably not. And Baldwin strikes, and Baldwin scores. And again, we find ourselves losing against Queen's Park. And this is not ideal. These are games that we should be winning comfortably. But for whatever reason, we just can't seem to get the better of them. Graffia plays it into the penalty area. Ayola can't get there. And now Vasquez picks it up. Into Ayola. Now Ron. Into Bulai. Back into Summers. Rawdon. We're controlling possession quite well so far. Suleiman into Welsh. Can he get the ball into the penalty area? Yes, he can. He finds Aguiar. Plays it across. It's a well-lofted ball. And Graf has ended up hitting the deck there. Whether he's actually been pushed or not by Pitti, I'm not entirely sure. But another potential penalty. And it has once again been given. And a chance for us here to draw level very, very quickly in the game. It's going to be Gueye to take the penalty, and Gueye converts it with comfort. And we restore parity here. Just over 10 minutes gone. We sit at 1 apiece, both of which penalty kicks. Can we build on this a little bit more and hopefully find a way of beating them? It would be nice to actually get a win against Queen's Park. Despite the fact we've beaten Celtic this season, we've beaten Rangers previously as well. I want to beat St Mirren because they seem to have a number on us as well. And I really want to beat Queen's Park. They are the 2 targets for us so far this season. Possession-wise, again, we're doing very well. But again, Queen's Park creating more opportunities. Aguiar here with a free kick. It's a very good effort. Markham making a very good save in the end. And it remains 1-1. Graph here, though, with the resulting corner, swings it into that far post. Rawdon couldn't win the header, and Vasquez now picks it up. Into Rawdon. Can he play it into the penalty area? No, he can't, but he does find Gueye on the edge, and it's a very poor effort from Gueye. He is more of a defensive midfielder. He's not really a goal scorer, Chigueye, but it is what it is. At least he made the effort. And as we approach half time, we sat at one apiece. It's a very even game, despite the fact we've dominated possession. The XG is completely level as well. And we'll tell lads that we're happy with how we dominated possession because we are. We're doing very, very well with the ball. It's just finding a way of getting ourselves in front. But Vasquez, like I say, he's on a bit of a goal drought at the moment. And we do seem to be struggling on occasion to get the goals that we require. Here's Lowry into Baldwin. Good tackle, but Lowry picks it up again into the penalty area. And Alex Lowry has scored. And again, we find ourselves behind here against Queen's Park. It's such a frustrating fixture for us because it's a game that we should be winning. We're going to demand more and we're going to make some changes. We'll get Silla on the left-hand side. Santa Maria can come on for Vasquez. I mean, it's Aguiar's had a shocking game as well. We'll give Seleman an opportunity. A couple of these players are actually transfer listed now because they just don't want to be waiting around for game time. We'll confirm those for now. The thing is, we're not playing badly, but we just can't seem to find a way of getting this mental block through against the likes of Queen's Park and St Mirren. And the frustration looks set to continue because we're not even creating anything. We're going to demand more. We're going to go very attacking here. We should be winning this game. And again, they're going to get the better of us, I think. Cheek Dior and Brad Gunn are going to come on in central midfield. With just a few minutes to go. The thing is, something that does frustrate me, you put very attacking on there. You never create any opportunities with that mentality. And again, we've been beaten by Queen's Park. It's so frustrating. These are games that we should be winning comfortably, and we just can't get the beating off them. Queen's Park and St Mirren, both of them just seem to be able to keep beating us. And they're now level on points with us, and we're 12 points behind Aberdeen now. They won 2-1 against Airdrie, so it's it's just a very frustrating time all round, I think, especially after the way that we played in Europe. And again, we're facing an inquest against a team that is sat in third place. But again, as I said before, it is a game that we should be winning. In terms of going forward, hopefully we can get a number of good results. We'll probably come back at the end of December. We've got a number of games to go through, and in the meantime, Rangers and Wraith Rovers away, and then we'll get through January, and we will come back in February and have a bit of a transfer roundup, and we'll see if we can get the better of St Mirren. So until next time, guys, thank you very much for your support. Please like, subscribe to the channel. It's all greatly appreciated. I will see you all next time. This is Big Will, signing away.